we have some very, very exciting news.
We do. We finally have a travel plan.
Woo!
A proper plan this time. So, as you'll know, over the last few months, we've been debating about moving our holiday plans around, going to different destinations, different times of year, stuff like that. But we can confirm today that we are going to...
Dun, 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 dun. Back to Florida.
We've decided we're sticking with Florida.
We was almost going to cancel our holiday or move it later on in the year, like maybe next October. Didn't we October, November?
Basically, what happened is because the US borders, there's been a constant issue, not knowing whether they're opening, whether they're staying closed, or what the situation was. We already had a Florida holiday booked, just in case it opened, but then it was looking more and more likely that it wasn't going to happen. So we debated about going just somewhere like in Europe, either the Canary Islands, Greece, or somewhere like that. Then we looked at the pricing, what it was going to cost us in comparison to Florida. So we thought, you know what, let's hold out, let's stick with the Florida plan, but let's maybe look at maybe having to reschedule rather than cancel. So we spoke about September, we spoke about October, and I think we even spoke about Christmas next year at one point.
We just didn't know when the US borders were going to open, and where we had our holiday booked, you know, a little while previous to that. We just, I don't know, we didn't want to take the chance of it getting nearer the time and they're still not open and we're all being gutted, the whole family just being gutted. So then the borders have recently opened, haven't they?
Well, they're due to open next month. It's October now, they're due to open in November. So as of next month, they'll be open. So for us to fly in March, shouldn't be a problem.
Providing
everyone doesn't balls that up for us. So basically, when we made the plan to book, Chloe, who's now 7 months old, was still only like newborn-ish, and we want to go to Florida every year. It's our home away from home, so like that's where our hearts were set on going. So we tried to make a plan based on Chloe being a baby when we next go. So we needed to pick a time of year that wasn't too hot, that wasn't too busy, but also the weather was still going to be nice to be the Florida that we enjoy. Like, so we didn't want to go and it be raining or cloudy. We don't mind if it rains a couple of days or midway through the day.
Excessive heat for Chloe.
And we definitely didn't want it to be unbearably hot. Like, so we last went in September, in 2019, was it? September 2019.
And it was
beautiful. It was beautiful. The weather was beautiful, but for a baby, it may have been a little bit too hot.
Definitely too much.
Yeah, so
definitely.
That's why we've decided that March 2022 is the month that we're going.
March 8th to be precise.
Yes, March 8th to be precise. Moving on from there, we are usually Virgin flyers. We have Virgin Flyers miles. We're frequent flyers with Virgin. Anytime that we've been to Florida, that's who we've flown with. But this year, there's a change. Who are we flying with?
BA, British Airways.
We're flying with British Airways this year.
Oh yes.
And although I've flown with British Airways before, but you haven't.
No, I haven't.
This is Emma's first British Airways flight. So Emma's expectation, Emma's expectation is set by Virgin. So basically, the reason why we booked with British Airways was because at the time when we booked, I went online and I compared all the prices of flights, accommodation, package holidays, with car hire, without car hire, doing everything individually, and by a mile came out with the best price possible.
They did.
By a mile. And it wasn't even a case of we were settling for lesser accommodation or awkward flight times or a smaller car on the car hire.
It still suited us.
It ticked every box that we needed and some. And again, so like for example, for the exact same time of year, but flying with Virgin, for the 5 of us, without any park tickets, without anything, like we was getting prices between £5,000 and £6,000. And with British Airways, for the exact same package, we was getting a price of £3,500. So I even called Virgin, I contacted them and said, look, we're frequent flyers with you, this is the situation. Why are you so much more expensive, blah, blah, blah. They was just not willing to do anything at all, nothing whatsoever. They said, that's the book price, that's the end of it, end of discussion, blah, blah, blah. So he's like, okay, cool, we'll go with British Airways this time. Some people have mixed reviews about British Airways. Some people rate British Airways, some people don't. The only thing I would say, and I'm going back like a few years, the last time I flew with British Airways, Virgin felt like a lot more family orientated airline. I'm not saying British Airways isn't, but from flying, the last time I flew with Virgin and the last time I flew with British Airways, Virgin felt a bit more family orientated.
Yeah, there's pros and cons to BA.
Yeah, definitely. But then the pros that Virgin had for being a family airline, they kind of messed up a couple of times on 2 of our recent trips. As in like the seating plan, that messed up. They seated one of us away from the other one, like from the rest of us when we were already allocated our seats. The children's meals on the flight out there, they gave to the people behind us, so our children had to settle for adult meals flying out. So it's
which, wasn't a problem in the end. When the kids think they're getting one thing, and our kids can be fussy with food, and they have to settle for something else.
Sorry guys, slight intermittence there because Chloe was crying. So yes, getting back to the thing, this year we're flying with British Airways, which we're looking forward to. It'll be nice. It's something different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Again, it comes with your car package, which I think we're mid-size SUV over there rather than the standard car, which was included.
Yeah.
Again, it's with Avis Rent-A-Car rather than Alamo. Like we're quite used to booking with Alamo, but we've signed up to the Avis Preferred app so we can do the online check-in thing before we get there and stuff like that. And usually we fly from Gatwick. Yeah,
every time.
Yeah, we've flown with
usually
fly from Gatwick North Terminal, but unfortunately this year, again, because we're not flying with Virgin, but 2, because they just don't fly out of Gatwick anymore to Orlando, we're flying from Heathrow. Which is my first time flying from Heathrow. Have you flown from Heathrow?
I'm not sure. I can't be certain.
I remember
I flew to Turkey once and I wasn't sure whether it was Heathrow or Gatwick.
Okay, yeah. But this time we're going from Heathrow, Terminal 5, which I've never been to Heathrow. I've dropped people off and picked people up from Heathrow, but I've never been to Heathrow and I've never been in Terminal 5. I've looked online, it looks a bit bougie, not gonna lie. It looks a bit bougie.
Oh, and they don't have like fee room.
Yeah.
Which we had last year, and it just turned out to be so much better.
Like that was one of the big disappointing things about our travel plan this year. Last year we booked the Virgin V room, the lounge, and obviously because we're not flying with Virgin, they don't have the Virgin V lounge at Heathrow. But like British Airways do have a lounge, but they're for their first class passengers. Now, we're not first class passengers, so unfortunately not yet anyway, not yet. We might be one day, but not yet.
Darling, no.
But so we don't get access to the British Airways lounge. So we've looked at other lounges at the at Heathrow Terminal 5, and they don't look very family friendly. Like, don't get me wrong, it doesn't say that you can't bring children, but it looks like one of those places where it's full of people that are on business trips that don't really want children running around and stuff like that. There's not much for children to do. We may still book one. If, like, comment below. Actually, comment below if
are they family friendly?
Yeah, if any of you have flown from Heathrow and flown from Terminal 5 and used any of the airport lounges, are they family friendly? Let us know below, because that might be something we need to add to our package.
Yeah.
So again, returning to Orlando, we tried to stay within the same. We're used to staying in the Kissimmee area. Last few times we stayed in Celebration, and we usually stay at,
what's it called? The hotel name?
the Grand Orlando Resort.
Grand Orlando Resort, that's it.
The
Beautiful hotel,
it is.
absolutely stunning.
It is. And again, it was one of those things that we were torn between do we go back in a hotel or do we try and go in a villa? After a long discussion, you tell them.
We chose the villa only because with the hotel, obviously the rooms are going to be slightly smaller. Have it now that there's going to be 5 of us, we think that would benefit from staying in a villa, just because, you know, it'd be like a home away from home and easier for Chloe, as she's only going to be 1. It's times like Chloe can't. We like to have pool days as well. Chloe can't be around the pool all day. Like when we went as a family of 4, we could just chill by the pool all day sometimes, and you can't do that with a baby. And say, you know, she wants feeding or she wants a nap, and then someone's got to go upstairs in the hotel room with her whilst the others are downstairs, and it's just not fair on the kids. And
yeah, it seemed like like Emma said, it seemed like a better idea to create a home away from home environment. So if Chloe needed a nap, or she needed feeding, or she just was ratty one day, one of us could just take her inside the villa, lay her down in her bed or a cot or wherever she's going to sleep.
Being a 1-year-old, she's not going to want to be out all day.
Yeah.
Like, and it'd be a little bit more, I don't know, not
It'd
so
feel
great.
it'd feel more hectic in a hotel.
Yeah, staying in, you know, all being in a room, like, just cooped up in like a little room, it just doesn't appeal to me, to be fair.
And at least in a
Not fair
villa,
on the
everyone
kids.
has their own allocated space. Their kids have their own bedroom to put their stuff in. We have our own bedroom, both room. It's like a 4-bed villa. Like there's, I think, 1 or 2 ensuite bathrooms, and like everyone has their own space, and you're not all crammed on top of each other.
Yeah,
It
it's
feels
the space
hectic.
we're looking for as well.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna feel so much better, and we can, you know, we can go out and do some shopping at, I don't know, Publix, Walmart, whatever. We can get some shopping in, and Chloe, she won't need her baby bottle sterilised, so we won't need to take a steriliser.
No, she'll
like,
pretty much be off of baby formula, really, won't she?
Yeah.
She'll be bottled water and
But
baby
it's just,
food.
you know, feeding times and nap times and stuff like that will just be so much easier, like being in a sort of like house environment.
And unfortunately, we couldn't get a villa in the Kissimmee area. Now that's not because there weren't any, because there's villas everywhere, like you can get them. But my issue was, I tend to lose patience with things quite quickly, and I like to book everything through one person, so that if anything goes wrong, there's one person or one company that I can shout at and get it corrected. Like, I know it can work out a lot cheaper and a lot better if you book everything individually, but I just felt like I didn't want to book the flights and car hire with British Airways and then book a villa independently with someone else, and then I don't know if there's an issue until I get there. And we're going to be arriving late, it's a long flight, I don't want any hiccups along the way, and I just felt a lot more comfortable knowing that everything was taken care of by British Airways, if there was anything that got messed up or anything that went wrong, British Airways have to fix it. I'm not chasing around calling 4 different people because they're batting me around people. It's British Airways' problem and it's their problem to fix. Hopefully there won't be that issue. But when you're travelling in a family of 5...
You don't want to take the chance.
Yeah, you don't want to take the chance. You've already got a newborn baby in the mix that's going to add to the stress already of a long day. The last thing you want is to get to a villa, you don't know where it is, you can't get into it, you can't contact anyone, or for God forbid you've paid your money to stay in this villa for 2 weeks and you get there and there's already someone in there. So yeah, that's why we did that.
Where that?
Sorry, Chloe was crying again. Yeah, so this time, instead of staying in Kissimmee, we're staying in Devonport, which...
It's not overly far from...
No, it's not. It's not overly far. Like, I've always been reluctant to stay anywhere outside of Kissimmee because that's where I've always stayed. I've always stayed just off of Highway 192. I've always been in and around that area. And it's familiar, it's comfortable, it has everything we need. But when we was out last year, we was in a restaurant, I think it's called the Hokkaido Buffet. And we got talking to some American people that live over there. And they was asking us where we stay and stuff like that. And they rent out villas over there, and they was telling us about the place called Devonport. And every time I was looking at villas, either through Virgin or British Airways, they were all in Devonport. And it wasn't until we got speaking to these people that they told us that it's literally 20 minutes down the road. And I was like, I always thought it was further than that. And they was like, no, it's 20 minutes. I think it's down the I-4, or I think that's the I-4. Going in the opposite direction to Disney, it's like 20 minutes down the I-4. And I've looked up, we're staying in a place called Calabay Park. Looks lovely. Villas look nice. There's everything we need around there. So yeah, it's a bit different this year, which we was expecting it to be a little bit different after COVID. But yeah, instead of flying Virgin, we're flying British Airways. Instead of staying in a hotel, we're staying in a villa. And instead of staying in Kissimmee, we're staying in Devonport. Either way, we're in Florida and we're 20 minutes away from where we need to be.
We're happy. Florida is our happy place.
It is. It always has been, to be fair. It always has been.
We can't wait to go back. To be fair, I think everybody deserves a holiday this year. Go on holiday. Well, next year actually it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not far off though. You get Christmas out of the way with. So Christmas is in a couple of months. You get that out of the way with, and then you've only got January, February, and then we go 8th of March. So that's going to fly by.
Like, we're just hoping. I've never been in March. Since I was a kid, I've always been to Florida with my parents as I grew up, and now with my family, with Emma and the children. So I'm very familiar with it. I've never been in a month earlier than May. The first time we went in May. Weather was a bit iffy. It rained quite a lot.
It was unusual for it to rain
for that time
May.
of year. Everyone was telling us the weather's not normally like this. I've been June, July, August, September, October, November. I've never been in December, and I've never been earlier than May. So we've watched many vlogs of people that travel to Florida. We've watched January, February, March, April, blah blah blah. It looks like it's okay. It doesn't look like it rains too much. It looks like it's warm enough during the day, cool enough of an evening.
Most importantly, the temperature's just right for Chloe.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, as I've stated before, she's only going to be 1. And you still have to be so you have to be careful with any child anyway, but especially a child of that age.
So, what's our Disney? What's our park plans, Em?
Park plans. We're doing all of them.
We are planning
all of them
to do all of them. We've done the Universal parks. We've done Magic Kingdom. We've done
I love Universal.
All the parks. But this year, because it's been so long since we've been, we don't usually pre-book our park tickets. Okay, we usually, when we get there, we pick what days, what we want to do on each day, as and when we feel like. So if we wake up one morning and be like, or one evening the night before and be like, you know what, tomorrow we're going to go here. We'll pay at the gate, do what we need to do. And I understand there's probably people out there rolling their eyes, screaming at the screen, saying, what are you doing? Like, are you stupid? Because it does work out more expensive. It generally does. For the 4 of us to get into Magic Kingdom for one day was $500. I get it. So this year, our plan is to pre-book our Disney tickets before we go. We've done Universal, but there's still a couple of Disney parks we haven't done. We haven't done Epcot and we haven't done Animal Kingdom. The kids want to try to do a water park as well if the weather is permitting. So we looked at it and we thought the best thing to do is to pre-book our Disney park tickets, which will give us Magic Kingdom, it will give us Epcot, it will give us Hollywood Studios, it will give us Animal Kingdom, and I believe 2 water parks. I believe it's Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon, I think.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I think. And then it still gives us the option for when we're there. If we want to decide one day, oh, you know what, we want to go back to Universal or we want to go to SeaWorld or something like that, then we can do that.
Because it's going to be different this year. We need to pre-book our tickets as well, because another reason being Chloe being so young. So, you know, we can't spend all day in the parks. We might have to, you know, maybe go in the morning time and then go away.
Yeah.
Chloe might want to go back to the villa, have a nap and, you know, just chill out for a bit.
Yeah.
And then we might decide, later on in the late afternoon, evening time, we might want to go and have a couple of more hours there. So it's just going to work out best for us, really. Like trying to accommodate.
Or God
children.
forbid we're out at one of the parks one day and either the weather turns terrible or like we say one of the kids comes down and doesn't feel well. Like if we wanted to just go, you know what, we'll leave it for today, we'll come back another day. We're not having to pay another $500 to go back for another day when you can just buy a flexi ticket thing. I think we're going to book those with either FloridaTix.com or Orlando Attractions or Tickets Direct. I'll put a link below for what it's called. But yeah, that's pretty much our plan for that.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, like I'm really looking forward. Like
Olivia can meet all the princesses, like Chloe. Sorry, Chloe can meet all the princesses like Olivia did in Disney.
Yeah, when last time we went Magic Kingdom, Olivia got to meet all the princesses, and she was really excited about that. And fingers crossed, Chloe will be the same.
What's Chloe mad about?
Elmo. Loves Elmo. So we're probably going to have to put on the list SeaWorld, because they have the Sesame Street land there, which has Elmo and Sesame Street. She loves it.
Providing she's still into it, but I think she will. She's absolutely crazy about it.
Yeah. So that's our plan for that. And let us make it perfectly clear, because we're going to be vlogging our next trip from beginning to end.
We're not mad, crazy park people. We do like to do a lot of shopping whilst we're in Florida.
Like I understand. Yeah, I understand that there's a lot of people that only go to Florida for the parks. They'll buy a 14-day pass and they'll spend all of their 14 days in the park. Which is fair enough. I get that. That's their holiday. That's what they like to do. We're different in the sense of we work hard, the pair of us. So we like to go out and we like to treat the kids and take the kids to the parks and do all that sort of stuff. But we also like to have days where we just relax. Like
go shopping.
Yeah, go shopping.
Go out for meals.
Yeah, we like to go to the outlets. We like to go to the malls.
Relax around the pool.
Yeah, relax around the pool. Have a few drinks. Like not really go out. Like have days where you just don't really do too much. You just chill.
We like those days.
Because sometimes you can go to Florida and you can spend 14 days in the parks, and by the time you fly back, you're like,
I need another holiday.
I need a week just to get over those 2 weeks because it was so full on. And it's nice for the kids to just have time to just chill, so they appreciate everything that you're doing, rather than it all being a snowball.
Go.
Yeah. Go. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's nice. So, like, again, likes to do shopping, don't you? So, yeah.
Love the Michael Kors and the Guess shops.
Yeah, like for people that enjoy shopping, like don't get me wrong, like there's a lot more to go into Orlando than just the theme parks, like the shopping malls and the shopping outlets and stuff like that. Like I'm a trainer freak, like I will spend hours in the Nike shops and stuff like that. Mason's the same. Olivia and Emma are more into the girly shops, so they like the Michael Kors shop, they like the Guess shop, they like the outlets and things like that. So yeah, we like to have days like that, but we also like to have days where we just, you know, just go to a Walmart, just wander around a Walmart for an hour. Like Target, we like to shop in Target. There's other shops that other people go to that we've never set foot in. We've never set foot in a Dollar Tree. Like I know it's an American version of a pound shop, but we've never set foot in one of them.
No, we'll have to do that this
Do you know
time.
what I mean? Just for the experience, like
We went to the flea. Are they called flea
yeah,
markets?
the flea markets.
Yeah, we went to the flea markets. They're very samey.
Yeah.
But
It
it's
kills
just
it kills a couple of hours during the day,
It's just
especially if it's a day where it's raining in the afternoon and you don't want to be stuck indoors, but you just want to go out. Most of the flea markets are undercover, and you just go and have a mooch about.
Something to do, isn't it?
Like most of it, like is old took. Like it is. Like, but you might stumble across something. I think one of the best things that we found at one of them is that we got our watches repaired.
Our Michael Kors
Our
watches.
Michael Kors watches.
Not repaired.
No, a new battery or something put in.
Our battery went, so we got new batteries put in them.
Like it took like two.
And here, if I went into a jeweller's over here, they'll tell me my watch needs to be sent away for a few weeks just for them to put a new battery in it.
So yeah, like there's stuff like that. Like we really like going out for meals of an evening. There's restaurants that we haven't been.
Bees. We like Applebee's.
Yeah, Applebee's is nice. We
You go and drink that beer.
Yeah. What's the other one? We like everyone likes a golden corral, whatever they call it.
Yeah, we call it golden coral.
Yeah, everyone likes those.
Yeah, we like
They're
golden
nice.
coral.
But there's other restaurants.
Like Hokkaido buffet.
Yeah, the Hokkaido Chinese buffet is nice. But this year we want to try some other places like Bahama Breeze.
Wendy's.
No,
Wendy's got hit up a few times.
Wendy's is nice. Wendy's is
That's
nice.
just a lunch. That's not a meal out. That's like
any of you that have never been to Florida.
Wendy's is better than McDonald's.
Don't go to a McDonald's.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Do not go to McDonald's. If you drive past a Wendy's, go into a Wendy's, because a Wendy's will knock the socks off of a McDonald's. Trust me. But yeah, there's other places like Bahama Breeze we want to go to, and what's the other Chinese? I call it Kung Fu Panda. It's not called Kung Fu Panda.
No, Kung Fu Express is it? No, Panda
Express. That's it. So yeah, like there's places like that we've never been to. Like we've never been to them.
They don't know their stuff.
So yeah, that's our
Panda
general
Express.
day-to-day plan
We want to try that.
we want to do. So as of now, the countdown has started. I believe, don't hold me to it, I'll double check on my app, but there's 42 days until we go. Check out our Instagram, because I'm always updating our Instagram, putting the countdown clock on there to let you guys know when we're going. There's always a story that I'll try and put up about when we're going and stuff like that.
It's just going to be so well deserved.
Yeah, it's been so long since we've been, and it's been
just so long
needed. It's just
been a stressful couple of years, hasn't it, for everybody?
And
everyone deserves a holiday.
Yeah,
holiday, everybody.
After COVID, and the stress of going through it and stuff like that, everyone needs to do what makes them happy. Go to their happy place. If you're going abroad, go to the place that makes you most happy. Like, you don't get me wrong, if that's not an option for you, go somewhere else. Just go away, enjoy being a family, enjoy doing what you enjoy doing, or doing what you haven't been able to do for the last 2 years. But go to your happy place. And when we sat down, there was only one place in the world we was gonna go. Like, we discussed so many.
We're very family orientated.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also we looked at going to other places just to try them out. But because people are like, why do you always go back to the same place? Why do you always go back to Florida? I was like, well, because there's just so much to do there. Like you could come back and be like, well, I didn't do that this time. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. And then you can go back and you can do those things.
Yeah.
I think if you go to like somewhere for instance, Greece, right? You go there, and I think it's more of a relaxing, chilled sort of, not very much to do. Right, you can relax around the pool all day and go out for meals of a night time, but it's not like, I don't know, just there's not like too much to do, is there, really? You think about it.
Over my lifetime, since I've been going to Florida, I've always found that, in particular, Orlando and Florida, no matter what type of holiday you enjoy, you can do it there. Whether you're someone who's adventurous and wants to do water sports and whatever else, you can do that. If you like theme parks, you can spend your whole holiday doing that. If
Like
you're a shopaholic, you're gonna love it. It's all there. If you, I don't know, you might be one of these people who just likes to chill by the pool, you can do that.
Still do that.
Like there's something for everyone.
Something for everyone.
You can go on a beach holiday to Florida. You can, like, there's just something for everyone. So it was always going to be the place that we went back to. So stay tuned. Follow our social media. Check out the rest of our vlogs, because this is the reason we started vlogging, because we got caught, but we've been a few times, and then we started watching other people's vlogs.
Yeah.
And it inspired us to do the same. So all you guys out there that have been vlogging for years and doing your Florida travel days and stuff like that, thank you guys, because you guys have inspired us to do the same. So now it's our turn to share our journey with you guys. So hopefully you'll see us like we watch you.
And if you see us in the parks, guys, say hi.
Most definitely. You see us in the park, come and say hi. Like,
That'd be really cool, wouldn't it?
I'll be the tall, impatient one that kind of looks angry but happy at the same time.
He's too hard on himself. He used to be like that. He's not anymore.
Yeah, just come and say hi.
Teddy bear. Just
come and say hi. But yeah, keep up with the countdown. Check out our social media. Come on the journey with us. And we'll see you guys on our next travel day. Bye-bye.
Bye.